Let me say this up front, people. Everybody, and I do mean everybody out here wants success, but very few people are willing to do what it takes to get there, to get that success. A whole lot of people out here that want success, but very few people are willing to protect the mindset of what it takes to get to that success. So many of us get distracted out here. So many of us always want new things and then lose focus. I talked to my daughter about that, about staying focused. You have state exams coming up. I tell her the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Anything you want in success, for success, people, requires work. Anything you want for you to get to that next level that you want to get to, it requires work. So at times you're going to have to make sacrifices. For my daughter, being that she's 8 going on 9, her sacrifices is to leave that iPad alone for her to study. So at the same time, for adults now, I'm talking to the real adults that really want success out here, that wants more than just a regular job. You're going to have to make sacrifices. Success starts with how you think, how you move, how you put your mindset to what it is you're going after. That's where success starts, family. And the reason why I talk about the mindset, because not everyone out here deserves access to your vision. There are people out here that's not going to see the vision that you've seen. There are people out here that's not going to have passion the way you have passion about something. People are not going to be as passionate as you are towards your success. This is why it's your success. This is why it's between you and God, family. Just watch what I have to say here at Black Power Rise. Again, what is going on, family? This your boy Kasim, aka Showtime. You know, today, again, we in our favorite month of the year. At least one of mine. At the same time, before I even get started, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel here at Black Power Rise. Because what I have to say to you today, family, I want you all to develop that mindset for the success that you really want. Develop that self-belief. You being your own cheerleader. Letting yourself know every time you wake up in the morning, after you give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. On top of that, after you thank God for waking you up, I want you all to look yourself in the mirror and say, again, you have another chance to go after it. Whatever it is you're going after. I don't care if it's a promotion at your job, people. Whatever type of success you're going after, make it worth it. Your time is valuable, people. I want you to remember something. Your silence is a weapon, people. It's not a weakness. People are so curious how to achieve success, and then when you try to guide them and tell them, they already have their mindset or they get distracted out here. That's something I want you all to eliminate. The reason why I say that, because a successful mindset is something, it really means something to me. It should mean something to you as well. A successful mindset. The reason why I say that, because a successful mindset means you understand something that most people don't. You understand the path that you're going on. You understand the vision that you're going on. Your mind is your greatest asset or your greatest liability. The reason why I say that, because if your thoughts are scattered all over the place, your success that you really want, you're going to be all over the place. This is why I mentioned focus in the beginning of this video. And that's something a lot of people lack. of staying focused. And this is something I had to learn in the very, very, very beginning. Luckily, I had other authors that were doing better than me. Luckily, I had authors like Hope Clark to show me to stay focused, which I was always determined to get to where I want when I first started my writing. And I started with that first novel, everyone. So I'm telling you, you have to be focused when you want that mindset, when you really want that success you're after. Focus is the first thing you have to do. Not let your mind be scattered all over the place. The reason why I say that, family, because if your focus is weak, your progress is very slow. If your focus is weak, you'll be scattered all over the place. Again, if your focus is weak, it's going to take you long and longer to progress that success that you're going after. This is where prayer comes in at also. Don't let me ever forget that, family. And I don't want you to ever forget that. This is why you ask God to keep you focused. This is why you go to him. And then it's like a kid going to their father saying, Daddy, can you help me with this? Or a kid going to their mother, Mommy, can you help me with this? So you go to God and ask for help. Do not be ashamed of it. He's our Father. He wants us to come to him for help. He wants us to rely on him. But at the same time, you got to want it, people. You got to be hungry for that success. Just like you got to be hungry for God, you got to be hungry for that success that you want. I'm telling you now, if your energy is consistently drained, your purpose is going to be drained. Your focus, you're not going to be able to focus on what it is you're going after, family. So, let me tell you all how successful people think. And I'm talking from experience. I'm talking about the people that I've been around. So I'm sharing that with you. Successful people think very differently. Successful people, from what I have seen, they don't react to everything. They don't explain themselves to everyone. They don't even explain themselves to people who don't believe in them. Why? Because they have that belief in themselves. This is something you have to develop. This is something I've developed over the years. And I'm talking years, family. So I didn't just come here just to say this to you. I'm sharing this with you because I want all of you all to understand what it takes to be successful. What it takes for you to get to where you're going. And the reason why I say silence is powerful, because successful people don't let everybody know their next move. The reason why I say that, because focus takes you having that mindset of protection. There are dream killers out here, people, because focus requires protection. Focus requires for you to put that shield of God around you. The reason I say that, because focus requires for you to have that protection around you. What I mean by that, look at Ephesians 6:13, where you can put that armor of God, where you pray to him and put that armor of God around you. So you don't get distracted, so the devil won't attack you, which he's always going to attack. But at the same time, God will send his angels to protect you, everyone. The reason I say that, because there are dream killers out here. Again, there are people that don't want to see you succeed. There are people out here that don't want to see you doing better than them. Why? I don't know. Because when we unite in unity, I've said this before, we are unstoppable. I've been around so many successful people that are our color. At the same time, what I see is them helping one another. At the same time, networking with each other. And then those that hold you accountable, very awesome people. You know what I mean by that? When I first started, Hope Clark, she held me accountable. She only helped me, and I didn't notice at the time, but she helped me because she seen how hungry I was. There are people out here that will see your vision more than you. On top of that, there are people out here that will see the hunger inside of you. The same thing with my mentor, Wyatt. Shout out to him. What I'm saying is, he seen how hungry I was to have that first stage play. He seen how hungry I was to get my team out there at the time. So, and speaking of stage play, look out for Mother Love Says Prayer Changes Things. And shout out to my boy Dede, little brother. I'm looking forward to watching his stage play. So what I'm saying, family, you got to have that armor on. You've got to be able to protect that success that you want. The reason why I say that, because you can't build while you're protecting yourself and your dreams against others that's doubting you, against others who you're explaining yourself to. Just go with the flow, family. Do not let nobody distract you. Remember, there's one God out here. Just remember this, family. And remember, I said this to you. Silence isn't secrecy, it's strategy. You know, when I first started writing my novel, I can remember it like it was yesterday. I wasn't in a basketball tournament for a couple of months until at almost the middle of it. But a couple of people was asking me why I wasn't in it, because I was focused on writing. And even if I was in the basketball tournament, after the game, I'm writing. And some people thought I was writing hip-hop lyrics. Why? Because to me, that's all they knew at that time. So what I'm saying is, you've got to protect your work. You've got to protect what it is you're going after. People, remember that. And definitely, I want you all to remember this. Every time you speak your vision to the wrong people, every time you speak what it is you really want, you're inviting the devil in. And I'm not saying all people, but what I'm saying is you're inviting jealousy in. You're inviting people that doubt you. You're inviting people that don't believe in you. You're inviting people that don't want to see you succeed. This is why other people be around other successful people. And I'm talking from experience, people. I'll give a whole nother example. When I first started and becoming an author, I was around other authors, people. Same thing with filmmaking. Same thing when I learned directing. I was around people like Jamie Hector. I was around my boy Damo / brother. At the same time, Dede. Definitely Miss Rowe. I was learning the business as well as going to school for the business, as well as going to school for screenwriting, people. So you have to be around other successful people for you to learn and grow. So do not be around people that's not going to see your vision. You do not need that negative energy. Most importantly, you do not need the distractions out here. That's just Satan trying to distract you from your goal. People out here, they don't want to see you win. They don't mean harm. Some of them, if they have good hearts, which I'm sure people do, but they don't realize it, that they're bringing their doubts on you, that they're putting their fears on you. And a whole lot of us, from what I have seen now, a whole lot of us are scared to succeed. A whole lot of us are scared to take chances out here. A whole lot of us are scared to dream big. Check out my novel, Success Happens When You Dare to Dream, as well as my first self-help one, Success to Become Empowered and Resilient. I love it, people. You have to love what you're going after. You cannot let fear or people and their fears enter the path because God had you on, people. I didn't even think I'd be talking about God, but once again, I can't help it, and I love it. So what I'm saying here at Black Power Rise, we have to unite as a people, but you have to be that blueprint for yourself. You have to be that blueprint for what it is you want. You have to be that blueprint, that one leading the way for your children to succeed. My daughter out here, she's doing great in math. She's preparing for that state exam. She's getting ready for writing. And the girl told me today, I want to be an author like you, Daddy. I'm like, oh, that's so wonderful. But I want you to be better than Daddy. So what I'm saying is we have to prepare our children out here for the next generation, for their kids. And this is why silence is important. Because again, people are not going to see the vision that you have. Only God sees that. Only God really knows what's in your heart. And this is something that I'm still learning. And shout out to my cousin Shantae. Shout out to my whole family. Shout out to my cousin Tom, my cousin David. It's so many. But what I have learned from people like my cousin John, my cousin Shantae Daleen, even my other family members, they work in silence. Same thing with Hope Clark, who I've learned from, works in silence. And what I have learned on my own, when you work in silence, you are so much more successful. Because when you work in silence, you hear God more clearly. When you work in silence, family, you have more time to think. You have more time to see the vision. When you work in silence and nobody knows, it's just between you and God, you know that you're on a bigger path. You on that path to success. You on the way to whatever it is you're going after. Most importantly, family, when you work in silence, you don't waste your energy explaining yourself to people. Again, I've said it before in this video here. You have dream killers out there. You have people out there saying you can't do this. But I'm telling you that you can. You have people out there that saying you can't become this. But I'm telling you that you can. It requires work at the same time. It requires patience. And most importantly, it requires you believing in God. Having that strong faith, family. The more you read your Bible, the stronger your faith becomes. Most importantly, family, I want you all to know, silence keeps your spirit clean. Don't ever forget that. Again, I talked about Ephesians 6:13 and putting that armor of God on. Also, I want to even talk about Ephesians 5:30, family, again, where it talks about the armor of God and putting that shield on. So he will protect you, family, but you've got to trust in him. Just like once you trust in him, you'll believe in yourself even more. Because when you have that armor of God, again, God will send his angels around. The devil will not harm you. Fear won't become in you. So again, people, do not be afraid to put that armor of God. Do not be afraid to go to him for help. And remember, silence is your best weapon. Notice what it says in Ephesians 6:13. I'm going to do you all a favor. For those that don't have time to read their Bible, I'm going to read Ephesians 6:13 for you. Let me get my phone, family. For the reason, take up the complete suit of armor from God, so that you may be able to resist in the wicked day, and after you have accomplished everything, stand firm. This is what I'm talking about, people. The devil will try to come attack you, come distract you, have other people put their fears on you, but you got to stand out. You got to be able to stand firm. You got to be able to ask God to protect you. At the same time, have that willpower to say, I'm going to get this done. Let that person know you will not put your fears on me. By the blood of Jesus, you will not put your fears on me. And I stand firm on what I believe in. But again, if you keep silent, you do not have to explain yourself to people. And that's a powerful strategy, everyone. Just think about it. You don't have to argue with people. You don't have to explain yourself to people. Again, shout out to my cousin Shantae/sister. She once said to me, you're killing your dreams, Kasim. You're blocking your blessings. And she said that years ago. But I said to her, you know what? I'm going to still have this stage play, regardless if they come or not, regardless if they believe me or not. And what happened? We sold out. But at the same time, I still took into consideration of what she said. And I used what she said. To this day, I still use that. So I'm letting you know, family, silence is part of that armor from Ephesians 6:13. When you talk too much, you expose yourself too much. When you stay silent, you wind up accomplishing more. Not everybody out here needs to know your battles. Not everyone out here needs to know your prayers. Not everyone out here needs to know what you're going through. Because again, the devil comes in many forms, people. Just look at it like this. Armor protects. You being silent, that's another form of protection, people. The energy is real out here. I'll say it again. The energy is real out here, people. The energy is real out here, people. Every conversation you have that you explaining yourself to people, every time you explaining yourself to negative people or having unnecessary conversations, that's distracting you from your goal. Yes, there are people that need to be heard out here, but at the same time, if they're putting their fears on you, you got to check them at times. Reason why you got to check them at times, because it drains you. So instead of even getting down on them, what I'm saying is bring positivity into their life. Let them know to go to God about it. That's what I'm going to tell you, people. Tell that person, pray about it. Tell that person, go to God with their problems. On top of that, be a friend. Be a family member. It's nothing wrong with hearing them out. But what I'm saying, you let them know how special they are. But they have to be able to see it. Just like you have to be able to see your own vision. Just you have to be willing to see your vision through. You have to be willing. That's another thing I want to say, family. A whole lot of us are scared to take chances out here. A whole lot of us are scared to take risks out here. Success requires risk, people. Success requires for you to be focused. On top of that, it's a whole lot I'm saying, family. But what I'm telling you is you have to be silent about it. You have to have that mindset about it. You have to have that vision. Most importantly, you got to be mentally focused, people. And a whole lot of us don't have that. So in order for you to get that, you got to go to God. Because a person like me, I didn't let negativity into my life. On top of that, a person like myself, even when I played basketball, when I took it serious, when we was younger in tournaments, my boy Clarence, shout out to him too. We would go to games just because guys were taller than us, like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". I didn't give a damn. But him, oh, we're going to lose. I remember we was in a gym one time just because guys were way taller than us. Oh, we're going to lose. We're going to get our ass cracked. I'm like, excuse me? Dude, we're coming on this court to win. I put that positive energy back into him. And we wound up winning and staying on court all night. And the reason why I say that, family, you got to have that belief in yourself. Sometimes it requires for you to be a leader and show your teammates, like I just explained, that we're going to get this done. Sometimes it requires for you to be a leader and lead the people just like Moses did. Because the Israelites, they didn't believe in Moses until he performed miracles. Of course, it was through the help of God, but at the same time, even when Moses' time came up, look who took over. Joshua. So it required for him to have that mental connection with God, for that spiritual connection with God, for him to know that he can lead. At the same time, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe the reason why you're being silent is for a reason, people. I'm going to say this, family. I know I've said a lot, but if something doesn't align with your progress, if something doesn't align with your vision, at times it's best for you not to even respond. Because if something doesn't align with what it is you're after, you got to say to yourself, yes, I'm trying to help this person, but at the same time, is it benefiting me? Because time is money. And the reason why time is money, because time is something you cannot get back. The reason why, you got to be able to know when it's time to turn it on and turn it off. Most importantly, family, I want you all to know, silence keeps people from hijacking your destiny. Nobody but God needs to know what it is you're going after. Another thing I've learned from being around successful people, a successful mindset requires for you to be disciplined. for you to get that success, and again, I'm talking from experience, you have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. You have to be willing to be consistent. You have to be willing to be disciplined. You have to be willing to learn. That's another thing, family. I've seen, and I love that because successful people, they learn new things every day. My grandmother always said, if you're not learning something new every day, it's a wasted day. So even when, let's say when I would get off of work, I'm still learning something new every day. While others are talking, I'm there learning. While others are scrolling on social media, I'm there studying and learning something new. Why? Because I want to better myself at the same time, and I love learning new things, especially in the era we're in. I'm building while others are doubting. And you have to have that mentality too. Matter of fact, I want you to have that mentality. So I say it again, family. I want you to have that mentality, people. You got to be building while others are doubting you. I want you to be building. You don't need validation. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need no one's approval whatsoever. You are the engine, people. You are the engine to your success. How hungry are you? So I'm going to ask you this also. How many of you are consistent? Put in the comments, consistency will lead to my success. And at the same time, I want you all to have a great day out there. I want you all to realize exactly what I'm saying here at Black Power Rise. And why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because once you realize how silent you are and the goals that you're accomplishing, your work will speak for itself. Your success will speak for itself. Sometimes it could be our parents that doesn't believe in us because of what they went through. Sometimes it could be our grandparents because of what they went through or how they grew up. But you have to be that engine. You have to be that driving force. You have to have that willpower to say, I'm going to get this done. So, let me leave you with this, family, here at Black Power Rise. And again, please hit that like and subscribe button. As I said, I'm going to leave you with this. What I'm saying is, family, you don't have to explain yourself to people. If you have that spouse, if you have that partner, if you're close with your children and you want to share it with them and you all pray about it, because again, once you pray about it, you ain't got to worry about it. So what I'm saying, family, is once you have all that support, it's a beautiful thing because God can create miracles. At the same time, remember what I said about protecting your mind, protecting the success that you want, protecting your vision, protecting your growth. Remember everything that I said, family. And after you do all of that, I want you to stand firm. I want you to stand and be focused. I want you to stand on everything that you believe in. Not what the next person believes in, but stand for what you believe in. Stand and let yourself know. Stand and let God know and thank Him for giving you the strength, knowledge, and power to want to be successful. This is your boy Kasim, a.k.a. Showtime, here at Black Power Rise. And I'm out.